Hey, it's Asian from Shire, and today we got a review on the XM8 by SRC, or better known as TSD Tactical when they rebranded it. This was bought from Ajax, one of our guys, for his new AEG, from A-Spec Airsoft and our beloved Delta One. Thank you. So, I'll give you the review, and here's the box, cardboard, standard info, who cares. Apparently he had like this little habit of ripping open boxes. But anyways, it's still, who cares about the box? So, opening it, kind of tough to do, but tight fit box. You hear that nasty sound of styrofoam. So yeah, alright, so included with the gun is obviously gun by itself. You get two high cap magazines, 470 rounders, some 100 BBs that I wouldn't really recommend using. And under the gun, you should get this handy dandy black unjamming. Alright, so here with A-Spec Airsoft, you get a handy dandy little sheet that chronographs it. It was basically the chronograph of the gun. As you can see, shot with .20 gram BBs, around 350 to 360 FPS. And this was done by Adam. And here's a little note saying, thanks dude for buying this from us, hope to see your review soon. Thanks from Delta One and Freedom. And also with that, you get a warranty sheet. 30-day warranty, standard, just it voids all warranty if you open the gun or disassemble it. So, taking the gun out of the box, along with the magazines, just throw this away. Alright, so here's the gun. Overall feel a bit flimsy, but it's very ergonomic, very soft in texture. Overall build is ABS, some kind of ABS plastic with mixed with some polymer. Some unique features, you know, you got a adjustable stock, 6 position. It's kind of tough to move it. It's kind of flimsy though. It's the only bad thing. See that? The sling mount is on the back. It's plastic, and the overall stock is somewhat shiny. So moving on, you know, got these fire selector. That's metal. You got safe, semi-auto, and fully auto. One bad thing is that the fire selector is kind of flimsy. Won't really lock into place, as you can see. But the safety works good. Sights, you know, you got this handy dandy scope that comes with. The overall outer frame is somewhat polymer, but the lens, the little lens covers, not really covers, but the outer frame is metal. A bit shiny, but not too bad. It's a 3x zoom scope, and it works pretty well actually, but it's simple, and it comes stock with a gun, which is a nice feature. The downside is that it's a bit loose. You can fix it with some electric tape. And under that, if you remove these 2 screws right here, you can access an RIS mount under that. And moving on, speaking of sights, you have flip-up sights. And right here, front flip-up sight. Basically push a button and it flips up by itself. And the other one is a bit tough to get out. You gotta push one side and flip it yourself. They're metal, but you can't really use them with the scope on. You have to take it off to use it because the scope zooms in and you can't zoom out. So you gotta take it off to use them. So there's really no point because the zoomed in scopes don't really run out of batteries like red dots. So yeah, moving on, you got a hop-up metal bolt. It's ambidextrous, so if you're left or right-handed, to the left, you know, right. You can pivot both sides, so basically pull it back, got the metal hop up right there. And it's a simple wheel, up for hop, down for drop, stuff like that. Won't consider it braking, unlike other JG, Echo 1, or Classic Army bolts that are plastic and flimsy. So that's a good thing. Also, the magazine release. Cool feature about this, unlike G36, magazine releases are little, you can't really tell, but it's like a little pivot where you can use your index finger, your shooting finger, to drop a mag, for example. got a mag in. There's this little pivot, and then instead of using your whole left arm, using that. Speaking of magazines, it comes with 2 high caps. The XM8 magazines are G36 mags, pretty much, so you can use any G36 magazine. So these are translucent, which means you can see through them, see how many views you have left. Fairly light. They're similar to the classic Army ones. They do have trademarks around there, 5x45 millimeter SRC. Also on the other side, got like a little warning stamp. But they are clampable. All you have to do is put the notches together, and yeah, it's hard to explain on camera, so you'll have to find out for yourself how to clip them on. But they're pretty tight and they won't really come off. So feeding on them is great, no problems. Translucent even better because you can see through it. You know, ergonomics on this gun is really nice. You know, buttstock is chunky but a bit flimsy. It's chunky. Cheek rest right here is chunky. The pistol grip is very chunky. Plus this little thing right here, I'm not sure what it's called, but the motor plate. It's really nice, and the motor height adjuster is right there. Put like some kind of Allen wrench or something. You know, the handguard, very nice, very slim. Overall, it looks massive, but you know, it's really not that bad. It's really slim. A downside is there's a lot of holes in the airsoft version. On the top, they're pretty much seep holes to you know, let dirty gases and water out when it rains. But in airsoft, you know, you got the fuse housing in there, and if water gets in there, you're pretty much screwed. And basically, it's really nice though. It has a good light feeling. The carrying handle is usable, very nice, and the orange tip is massive, but it's metal, and you can screw it off with a little Allen wrench key down there, and it's counterclockwise 14mm, so you're good with any suppressors or anything.
I'm Ajax from Team Shire, and I'm here to give you a rundown on the battery installation for the SRC XM8 Gen 3. It's a pretty quite snug fit for an 8.4, but if you tried hard enough and put enough time, you might be able to fit a 9.6 in there. And how you do it is there's a little pin right there. You just pop it out, pull it out. And the really cool thing about this is that there's like holes right here that you can just simply put the pin in so you don't lose it or stuff like that. You'll drop it. And then you just take the battery, connect it very simply. It's a May type 1400 8.4 inlet battery. Just kind of fold the wires in there. Be careful about this thing right here. Not sure what that is, but it gets in the way of the battery. That's probably one of the main reasons why it's such a small, snug fit. So you should probably back that up and make sure you don't get it stuck right into there too. So that's a pretty obvious thing, but just point that out. Alright, there's something wrong with this. There. And you got the pin in, take the pin out, so they just pop it back in, and you're ready to play.
Alright, so how do we adjust the scope? There's 2 little holes for Allen wrenches. There's one right here. There's one right here. Right there. This one is used for what, Ajax?
That's for windage.
Windage, and the other one's for... anyways, it comes with 2 nice high-cap magazines. One thing I did forget to mention is trademarks. On the other side, it just says, warning, refer to manual. And the other side, it just says 5.56 by 45 SRC defense for some odd reason. But you know, some of the pros, great hop-up internals are really great. Supposedly an M110 spring is stock with it. High torque motor, adjustable stock. You know, but some cons with this weapon is that, you know, there's a lot of loose parts like the scope, the stock, and you know, got some air holes, seep holes where water can go through, and the orange tip is huge. It's massive. So yeah, besides that, it's a really good working gun, but the selector switch is flimsy. So it's a really nice gun. Range is really superior, around 150 feet for stock barrel. As I mentioned before, it shoots around 360, 350, so Overall, it's a really nice gun, and we give it a... What do you think?
Well, right now I'd have to give it a 9 out of 10, but if I use it, I still need to use it at Hot Shots, so not sure right now.
So you heard it yourself. Give it around 8 or a 9 out of 10. And great gun, great for the price for $170. And this has been Asian, and this is the review on the SRC XM8. Thanks for watching. This has been brought to you by Ace Baker Airsoft, proud sponsor of Shire.